Well, because I think that uh, that's a complicated question, and to be honest, it's a complicated answer. Um, uh, but one thing I would say is that there is no shortage of war films which are editorializing in order to make a point. And the point I was interested in making was not whether war is good or bad. Like, I would say war is self-evidently bad. Um, if you have any kind of understanding of war, if you are able to imagine what war is like now in Ukraine or Gaza, you know, or you should know, if you have any kind of intelligence about you, that it's bad. Now, sometimes it might be necessary. You get invaded by another country. Well, it's legitimate to defend yourself if you're invaded. So, okay, there are examples where it could be legitimate, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing. And I essentially, number one, I sort of imagine that the audience is intelligent adults who are able to have that kind of thought without me making it for them. I just make that assumption. Okay. And I don't think that's a dumb assumption. I think that's probably a fair assumption. But as well as that, there is no shortage of movies that are trying to do the opposite. There's no shortage of war films that are trying to distort war for one agenda or another. I would say almost every war film is a significant distortion of what combat is actually like. And it seemed to me there are very few war films, in fact, very few films in general, that are from the personal point of view of somebody who has experienced something. So films are usually made by people like me, but I thought it would be interesting to hear a soldier's account of what combat is like, not a civilian film director's concept of what war is like, but to talk to someone who's actually been involved in something and just listen to them and give them the opportunity to explain to me and explain to the rest of us what this thing is. Because then otherwise, the opinions we make about war are from unreliable sources. Because I'm not a soldier. I've never been a soldier. I never will be a soldier. So it's just to take the voice of somebody and the voices of people, military and civilians in warfare, and listen to them and just try to repeat what we are told. The reliable information we're given, just try to repeat it and then rely on the intelligence of the audience to draw their own conclusions.